Welcome back. If you just tuned in, it's still the EC12ONE TV show where we preach Christ through entertainment. Now, last week on Video Pick, remember we played a video called FAKYE by Jojo De Mens. Now, he's in Ghana and he's here to do a few things, but we're able to catch him to tell us more about the song FAKYE and the whole concept behind the video. Stick and stay. I'll be right back.
If we say we do not sin, the truth is not in us, and we lie to ourselves. If we confess, He's faithful and just to forgive us, cleanse us from all our righteousness.
Got to a point in my life where I was struggling a little bit, and I've been to work back home, not feeling great. I mean, the feeling I was feeling at that point only pointed to when I had sinned, when I had gone wrong with God. So I prayed to God for forgiveness. I woke up the following morning, the feeling was still the same. So I prayed once again. After having my quiet time, I read 1 John 1:8. That says that if we say we do not sin, we lie to ourselves and the truth is not in us. After reading these portion of scriptures, I just went and sat behind my keyboard and then did something a little bit. The tune set in, but the good thing is, a couple of friends of ours, guys, we sometimes meet and we have a chat. We realized that somewhere along the line, we all do go wrong at a point. We just suggested that we need to pray for forgiveness almost every time. Amongst ourselves as well, we need to learn it to forgive. Bitterness is the worst disease one could ever have. So yeah, that was how the song came into being. Recording the song was so brilliant. The experience was so good because the atmosphere was so filled with the Holy Spirit. When I've sang it to the producer asked me, "What do you hear in the song?" And I was like, "Oh, I hear drums here, I hear that." And he's like, "I hear the opposite. I only hear piano and a cello." Come to think of it, I was like, wow, I like that. I connected very well spiritually with the producer of the song because he's a man of God. This video was shot by an Italian guy who does not understand tree at all. I presented the song to a good friend of mine who is into videos as well in America, and the concept that he gave me, I kept the concept to myself because he was meant to shoot it, but because of time we couldn't shoot it the last time I was with him. So when I sent the song to this man whom somebody had recommended to me, I said, "This is the song and this is the meaning of the song." I explained the song to him in English, and then he listened to the whole explanation, listened to the song a couple of times, and the concept that he came up with was 95% the same concept that my friend in America had come up with. So I was like, wow, this is fantastic. So we set out to shoot it. And when he was shooting it, it got to a point I was like, I asked myself, what are we doing? But he knew exactly what he was doing. The shots and everything. This is a white guy who ain't got a clue about my language, but came up with such a fantastic video. So it was so good.
For Johnny, oh, Yahweh.
The people that listen to this song, what I want them to know that God is a forgiving God. In as much as God is a forgiving God doesn't mean that we have to take that kind of forgiveness for granted. The fact that you have sinned does not mean God hates you. If we go out there to confess, He's faithful and just to forgive you and to cleanse you from all righteousness and to restore you back. And when it comes to our fellow man as well, Jesus said, just as you did not do it for these little ones, you did not do it for me. That tells us that it's very, very vital, very, very important that we be at peace with one another as our fellow human beings that we see. So we should sit on our ego. It's very important. Sit on our pride. Extremely important. And once you have gone out and sought forgiveness, forgive yourself and live a life, and to make sure you invite God into you in a way that you're not going to go out there and repeat whatever it is that you might have committed. My final words would be, seek ye first the kingdom and the righteousness, and all shall be added unto you. It's important that we seek God in everything we do. Good, bad, beautiful, ugly, or whatever situation, to seek God. And one thing that I do believe that will hinder us from really tapping into the grace of God is sin and unforgiveness. I always say this, once we take God out of the equation, we're not going nowhere. So we need to have God with us all the time. Make sure our relationship is as it's supposed to be. And to them that are waiting for people to probably come in their way to help them musically when they are ready, you do know that God is blessed with a song, with a ministry, and you need to do something about it. Take a step. Pray to God, get God's back and take a step, and God will take you places.
Me, oh, your way.